Okay, so if I could have your attention, we are going to have just a brief talk right now. But I sincerely appreciate, again, all of the students being here, all of the educators being here, and many, if not most, of our production staff is here now. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for all your help in working with the students for Manufacturing Day. I think that's really, really helpful. I think they learn a lot, and maybe you guys learn a lot as well. Just dealing with the students and getting a chance to interact with some of these young men and women. So I appreciate that. We did this last year, and we had a couple of speakers, and this year we have one speaker. I asked Dave Cranmer, who is actually part of the Manufacturing Extension Partnership in Washington, D.C. He has been there for over 20 years, and before that was with the NIST, which is the National Institute of Science and Technologies, which is really also part of the Department of Commerce. So
Standards in Technology.
Oh, Standards in Technology. So not science. See, shows you what I know. I worked at the Department of Commerce, so you know. So, but anyway, he's come down. He's going to talk to you guys for a few minutes. Talk about what exciting things are happening in the world around us in manufacturing. So I want you to give Dave a warm welcome and thank him for coming all the way from Washington, D.C. Dave, here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Well, to all of you, welcome to Manufacturing Day 2017. This is the 5th year I think we've done the Manufacturing Day event. This group is going to be one of over 600,000 people who attend Manufacturing Day events over the next 2 or 3 days. So for that, I thank you. I'm here in large part because of manufacturing. Way back in the day, we're talking about the early 70s. As a young kid from South Jersey, I don't know what I was thinking, but I packed up and moved to Tarentum, Pennsylvania for a summer as part of an internship with a brick manufacturer. Culture shock to go from southern New Jersey to Pittsburgh. But I got over it. I've actually become a Steelers fan. Scary thought. But I was about 50 miles up the Allegheny River in a facility that could kindly be described as dark, dirty, and dangerous, because that's what manufacturing was in those days. That's clearly no longer the case, because the place I saw yesterday in Albany, New York, does state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing. So it's about as clean as you can get, about as well-lit as you can get, about as high-tech as you can get, because nobody's smartphone works without that stuff. The great thing about that is not only do you need the college-educated people, you need lots of technicians to make it work. And that's all done at the associate's degree level. There are local community colleges, at least in that neighborhood, that will teach you everything you need to know about how to run those machines. It's appallingly well paid as well. So think about manufacturing as a career, as an employment opportunity to start with. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You may end up like me, working for the government. Yeah. But that's just the way that goes. Anything else in here? I have to do the commercial, both for NIST first, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. We are the nation's measurement science laboratory, and that means we look after all the standards of measurement for mass, for electricity, for length, and for time. So if you go to time.gov, that's our atomic clock that keeps track of time to an appallingly fine degree. And it's used all over the world for calibrating things like traffic signals, at least in some places where traffic's a problem. We have one of the original kilogram standards that was originally produced in France over 150 years ago. And we have people who will talk to you ad nauseum about their physical science, whatever it may be. So if you dare to show any interest in it, they will talk to you. Otherwise, they'll look at your shoes. MEP, Manufacturing Extension Partnership, is going on its 30th year. Our local affiliate is Catalyst Connection, so I'm going to point at Petra Mitchell, who's our local representative. And she and her team have done work with Ray. Ray works on her board of directors. And they've been doing this for a decade, and I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason why this plant is as successful as it is, and why the company is able to expand to Virginia and Oklahoma and other places. And finally, I will say manufacturing continues to be important to the United States. Last year, manufacturing contributed about $12 trillion to the economy. And if it were an economy of its own, it would be the 9th largest in the world. So it's a big deal. It matters. It's about 20% of the US economy. And there are about 12 million people who work in manufacturing. Some of you could be among them. Feel free to join. With that, I think I'm done. Because I stand between you and lunch.
You do.
But if anybody's got
Unless
any
anybody has
questions,
any
I'm
questions,
happy to entertain 'em.
anybody brave enough to ask a question? Usually that doesn't. No. Okay.
Apparently not.
Okay, Katie.
I'm good with it.
Okay, thank you, everybody.